Alright, so the Craftsman LT1000 is back in the shop. This belongs to some friends of mine. It's been in a number of my videos. This time though, my friends were mowing grass and she said it just stopped moving and there was smoke. So the engine was still running, the blades were still turning, but the tractor wasn't moving forward. So I've already taken the deck off and now we're going to hoist it up in the air and I'm going to show you what's going on. I'm sure it's a drive belt. Alright, with these things tied up out of the way so I don't get hit in the head while I get down here, let's take a look at what's going on. So this is the drive belt. It goes around the engine pulley right here and it goes all the way down to the transmission pulley, back up here around a couple of idler pulleys and back. And I can tell that it looks pretty shady, shredded, bad. And if you come down here and take a look at that, it's not even on the pulley, it's underneath the pulley. So that's why it stopped moving. It hopped off that pulley and jammed up. So we're going to basically put a new belt on, and we're going to start, I think, by taking this off and getting the belt loose. And one way to get the belt loose is right now this idler is putting pressure on it and I don't have the brake pedal pressed. But if we can do this by hand here, if I pull on the brake pedal, you'll see things go slack. So I'll put the brake, I'll lock the brake in place and that way it'll stay loose. Alright, so now we should be able to pull it off of there. There's a belt keeper right here and right here, and it's supposed to be tight enough to prevent the belt from coming off, but because the belt is so worn, it slipped off. We might have to loosen these up to get the new belt back on. So over here we've got a belt keeper here. In order to loosen this one, I think we're going to have to take this off. Yeah, it feels like there's a carriage bolt holding that on, so we don't have to get a wrench on the other side. And of course we got the belt keeper here, and that is, let's follow that along. It's held in place by a bolt way the heck down here, which of course is under the steering. So let's see if we can turn the steering to get access to that. That's the wrong way. There we go. So I just moved the tires that way, and that gave us access to that bolt. Now on the other hand, because I have to take this off and slide it off, hopefully it comes off easy enough to get that belt off of there. I don't have to get that belt keeper out of the way. So let's start here, see if we can get that loose. Alright, so this is 5/8, so we got the 5/8 impact socket. Oh, nice. Sometimes it doesn't come off quite that easy, so we'll make sure to put some anti-seize or some lubricant down there, make sure it happens again like that. So see, we have a little dent here in the deck belt part of it, but it's not the problem right now. Alright, and we're taking this off so we can get past this thing. I think I can bend it. There we go. And down here, let's see if I can show you what's going on here. This thing kind of holds the belt in place, but you can go around it like that. Alright, and the last bit is to get it off the back transaxle pulley there. So we got the plastic fan we got to be careful of, and it's jammed in there pretty good. Turn the pulley a little bit without. Alright, that's a good sign. Just be careful of the fins. Did I say that already? Sure I did. Oh, it's jammed up there pretty good. There's no easy way to reach in there and pull on that. You have to cut it out. Let's keep pulling back and forth until it comes loose, I guess. Got progress. Alright, now where do we go? A moth? Oh, there we go. Ah, got it, finally. Okay. Whew. Alright, so according to the specs on this lawnmower, I was able to determine that the belt needed to replace is a 1/2 inch belt, and it's 82 inches long. So 4L is 1/2 inch, 82 or 820, 1/2 inch by 82. That's how you read that number. There's 3L, 4L, and 5L, which would be 3/8, 1/2 inch, and 5/8. And then this shows the inches. So let's put the new belt on, and of course this is a heavy duty power rated belt, withstand torque necessary, and we're going to start working it back on. Transaxle here, and once again I'm going to be very careful about the blades on the fan. work our way back up. I want to go through here. Get out of the way here. Get in here and there. And then we get this part again. But now this thing has a notch that's going to fit on here. I'm going to go get some grease. So you can't see what I'm doing here. Let me move the camera. Alright, we're going to get a little bit of grease on the shaft here so it's easy to come off if it ever needs to come off again, which is likely. Line this up. See, we try to line up the shaft. You know what? Let's do it differently. Let's take this off here. A little more room to play with up here. Tuck it in while we push it all the way up. And it appears to be all the way. Just a quick hit with the impact. And let's go back down here. So now we've got the belt past the idler pulleys here, all the way back down and around the transaxle pulley. And it's loose, as it should be, because we've got the brake engaged. So let's disengage the brake and you'll see how it tightens up. There we go. Much tighter now. Now the tractor should move. But I'm going to go and check the spec on this, see what the torque spec is on that, and I'm going to make sure that's the right tightness. Alright, so there's not much information online I found about what to torque this at. Some mixed opinions. Some guys say just a quick hit with the impact wrench. One guy in particular said he goes usually about 50 foot-pounds, and so that's what we're going to do. And so in order to hold it in place, I got a pipe wrench here. I think I can get the pipe wrench up here. Hold it there. And I've got my torque wrench already set to 50 foot-pounds. There it is. All right. Fortunately, I was able to get a pipe wrench on this shaft. One of the big questions people always have is, well, how do you stop the engine from turning while you're doing that? Well, in this case, it's this way. But anyway, here we go. We got the brand new drive belt on the Craftsman. I'll put it all back together and go for a ride. Alright, and another way to find out what size belt you need. Right here under the hood of a lot of tractors, there it is, the ground drive belt 140294, stock number 24103. Basically it's a 1/2 inch by 82 inch belt.